Hey all, thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're making the Power Rangers in Space Astro Blaster designed by me, Mr. Campbell Prince. And as always, there will be links in the description down below if you want to download this product for yourself on my Coats, my Patreon, or my Thanks page. And if you don't have a 3D printer, check out my Etsy store where you can buy the physical product. Now I'm going to start off by saying there are two versions of this Astro Blaster. Both will be included when you download the STL file. So there'll be a Connect version which connects to all the other Space Ranger weapons that I've built and designed. So just like in the show, you can combine the yellow, this and the black and the pink and the blue and the red, and there'll be one that doesn't connect. The doesn't connect one is a little bit smaller, and I have put links in the description where you just have to scale it up if you want. It's about 15% smaller, but other than that, they look amazing. And they're dual blasters, so with this blaster, it has two different blasters attached to one to make one big blaster. And if you download the others or print the others or buy the others, you can connect them all to make the massive weapons. Now, I ran out of silver filament, so all these white bits are white, but they are meant to be silver. But with editing and a bit of magic, what we're gonna do now is do a little matrix, a little rewind, and turn them into silver. There we go, we're back. Now, I'm not going to do support removal, it's a waste of time. You know how to remove support, so there's not many to do it. Now, these are all the silver bits for both blasters, but we're going to build the secondary blaster first. This took a while to design, I'll be honest. The Space Rangers, hence why I probably took a longer break than normal. I've been designing every single weapon before I start releasing. Unlike the others, I do it week by week. Probably still will do it every other week, but I had to design and build them all. Now, these are the connector bits. There's the bits with the little pro on the left, that's the connector side, and the smoother side is the non-connector side. Technically, you don't need to print out different versions. All the parts are exactly the same in both file formats and both the files that I've uploaded. There's ones named Connect, which have a little slot at the back. I will show it later in the video. I didn't print this version. This version I printed now is the Connect version, but version 1. I've actually printed this out 3 times. I filmed this video 3 times and realized every single time I've missed something, I've made a change. And the reason why is because putting them together was really complicated. Unlike most of our Power Ranger weapons where they just got combined to one, I designed every single Ranger weapon to fit with this Astro Blaster and then to connect to each other as well. So there are technically 3 different combinations of all blasters, which was pretty unusual compared to most. Hence why the video took a bit so long. Now with this bit, with the extending part of the secondary blaster, you pop it in, put the ring in, and you're good to go. Please leave comments down below of what you want to see and how you're enjoying the videos. I have got some exciting new content coming up, a few more reviews from products and designers, and most importantly, companies that have reached out to me to review their products. I'm really excited. It shows the growth in the channel. It shows the support you guys are showing me. And please consider joining the Thanks and Patreon membership and buying the models and join the membership, because it really goes a long way to help and support this channel and helping me grow and build and do more exciting projects just like this and the ones coming up. Now, sliding it in is pretty simple. You pop in this silver bit. I know I've been trying to stay away from the glue a bit much in all my models, but this model does use glue. It does require a bit here and there, quite a bit. And the reason is I didn't want to have too many connectors to make it too fragile. This is a really solid build. I did this at 10% infill, which doesn't seem a lot, but it really does work and it does really hold its strength really well, which is the main thing. The first time I did put it at 15% and it was just overly complicated. It didn't need to be that strong, wasted more filament, and then this just does the job here. Now moving on to this bit, as you can see, the Mr. Campbell Prince logo lines up perfectly. That's a good way to align it, because like I said, there isn't any interconnecting pieces to line it up. Pop a bit of glue, squeeze it together, and you're good to go. And yeah, I said the Space Rangers, going back to it, I did really enjoy the Space Rangers growing up. It wasn't my favorite, but I did find it really interesting, the concept. And then it led on to like the Alien Rangers as well, which is a really weird divergence. I don't think there was that many episodes of it. And yeah, you slide in this blade. Now this silver blade bit, I would suggest to glue it. This does friction fit, surprisingly. So this silver blade will stay in there sturdy, but I would probably personally glue it. I do end up gluing it off camera. You don't see it, but I do. Add a bit of glue here, lock it into place, push it down, and you're good to go. Yeah, it's not that complicated. This is quite a straightforward build in terms of what it does. I designed the pieces to fit exactly where they fit. I've keyed in some areas so they can only go into certain ways, which is really easily. I said the most difficult thing I said was trying to figure out how to connect every single ranger weapon to this. And like I said, there are two versions of this blaster, connect and non-connect. This is version 1 of the connect one. I do, well, later on you see, I do some slicing with a tool. I use a wood burner and I use a bit of a saw and some sandpaper to fill out the gap. Now this bronze bit, it looks like it will go either way, but it is one way particular way it fits. Those little grooves there at the top bit, they will connect beautifully, perfectly if it's the right way. That wasn't the right way, and if I put it, there it goes, it pops off again. If I put it the right way perfectly, it will fit in perfectly. You will not, it will look like it was one piece, and that's the way to go. Now, as you can see, that's all fitted in. Pop a bit of glue in here. I would suggest put a bit more in here. I put a little sprinkle, but off camera I put more because, like I said, I printed out the wrong blue part, which is the main body of the gun, and it popped out because there was too much friction. Now that's all set. It looks good. It fits well. The Connect version, like I said, is 15% smaller. It's too small. I didn't like the way it fit in my hand. I have relatively large hands, but like I said, with the non-connect version, scale it to whatever size you want. Put a bit of glue on the top bit here, pop it in, and this will stay structurally secure. The reason why I scaled up, just in case you were wondering, is because when I print the other range of weapons, they looked too tiny when they were 15% smaller. So I wanted to make bigger, so I had to scale up everything else, and in scaling everything else, I had to change the way everything fit, because if you don't know, scaling up doesn't mean everything does technically get bigger, but the tolerances in between also get bigger or smaller depending on how you scale, whether it's up or down. And scaling up made the tolerances too big and so forth, so I had to redesign it all. Another reason why this video is taking longer to come out, but I hope you think it's worth it. And yeah, this mechanism pops out just like it does in the show. It's not automatic, obviously you've got to pull it out. Just give it a little spin, them out, a bit of friction. There's a bit more friction with these silver parts because this is painted, so there's an extra layer of material rather than just being printed straight. Hence why it looks a bit stiffer when I'm pulling things. But when I did print this out on the first time without any paint, it was all smooth, everything was great, the tolerances are perfect, and the tolerances aren't bad here, it's just everything's a little bit stiffer, particularly that bit here. Now that's all good and gone, it's time to move on to the main blaster. Now this, once again, all fits in. I put glue in this part. You do not need to put glue, it is friction fitted. It is a little bit loose, don't get me wrong, with enough shaking and rattling it would eventually fall out, but you could just pop it in there and it will stay. I put glue in there to keep it friction fitted, well, not friction fitted, if that's the word. I should have done it, I should have just reprinted out the blue blaster, or the blue parts of this, and saved these pieces. But I don't realize this yet. I'm happily gluing, showing you this video, putting it together, and haven't yet realized that I've printed out version 1 of this, not the remodel version 3. This is the problem when you make lots of versions, keep them all files on your computer. Yeah, you forget which one. And while I'm shouting out, if anyone's out here watching, and who is watching, who's listening, and you know a great computer, I run like a 2017 iMac to do my design programs, and it is slow. It works, I give it that, but everything takes so long. So if Apple, Microsoft, anyone out there, any computer company who's watching or listening, please reach out to me. I do a review, I can showcase all the great stuff on how to use a modern day computer. But yeah, I'm running old software and still manage to do well, so yeah, big me up. But anyway, all these bits glue in perfectly. The only bit I didn't key is a silver bit, and you can see there's a white line or a gap in between behind the circle. You don't see it because this covers it up, and that's all you need to do. All you need to do is just add the glue, put it on there, and there you go, it's done. Now that is the way it should be. At this point, I still haven't noticed that I'm using the wrong model. These little black bits, once again, you do need to pop a little bit of glue in there. I did make them friction fitted in another version 2, and it was just too tight, and with the wavies going, and because it's so small, they do break. So yeah, this is the perfect size. And with the Connect version, there are 2 different variants. Besides the different slot going back in, the tip of the blaster folds in so you can attach the other module. So if you are planning on attaching and downloading and buying and doing all the great stuff with the other Space Ranger models, which I do appreciate you guys going for, yeah, download the Connect version. Like I said, everything is exactly the same except for the blue part. So if you use the blue part, you won't be able to slide in, well, you can slide in the other weapons and so forth, but they won't work, they won't fit, they'll be too tight, some bits just won't fit in at all because there's no movement away. You do the same thing with the other side, pop some glue, put it in, and you're good to go. Once again, going with the Space Ranger weapons and everything I've designed. I've designed them all, I've pretty most of them out. The only one I'm still designing is the Range Ranger weapon. And the most difficult part is the spiral part. I'll be honest, the spiral dual part is driving me insane. Trying to do it at a 10-degree angle while keeping a spiral. And I use Sharper 3D. I don't use Blender or Tinkercad or any of those things. I use Sharper 3D. It's not the most technical, but it's absolutely amazing for what it does. And the reason why I use it is because not only can I use it on my MacBook, I can use it on my iPad. I can travel in between and use my iPad and my MacBook and just carry on exactly where I left off. And it's great for that. It's an absolutely amazing tool, and it's getting better and better and better. For the last 2 years since I've using it, we've added more features. Like I said, this video is not sponsored by Sharper 3D, but Shaper 3D, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's an absolutely great tool. If you haven't used it, try and use it yourself. It's absolutely wonderful. Even when I do my digital model versions and I showcase the digital version of it, it really highlights and shows exactly how it works. Now, here we go. As you can see at the back, I've made amendments. These little jaggedy bits, I used a Dremel and wood burner to carve out the bits for the attachment that goes on top. That little black bit I said at the beginning was got 2 different versions. Those are the 2 versions that slide into there. So the bits with the little bit hanging off, you need that version for the Connect. You glue it together, it stays together, line it up perfectly, and you're good to go. I keep saying good to go, maybe it's a new thing I'm saying. Anyway, besides that point, once it's all lined up, you slot in the blaster tip, which you'll see here. I've keyed it in. It's very tight. You don't need to add the glue, just pop it in there and it will hold that blaster in position. And you can see it's like hexagonal sort of key. It will fit in there perfectly, so you know which way to line it up, so you can have them equally lined up. But other than that, it's just gonna fit as it should. So a bit like I said, it's tight, and once again, because it's painted, it's a lot more tighter than it needs to be. It is a nice tight fit when it's without paint, but yeah, it's a lot tighter here because, like I said, I've painted it. You've done one side, got a bit of force and push it out. As you can see, I'm struggling to hit the gym again. But you got to push on to the other side. I'm just trying to line up here. Now, I'll say this will probably be the most tricky bit. Do as I say and not as I do. Put both sides in first before pushing them all the way in, just so they're already in place and you can force in. And don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Got to use the clamp there to force it out, just time to push it in. Yeah, please keep liking, please keep sharing, please keep subscribing. We've hit over 8,500 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. I'm so thankful. Keep putting comments, keep liking the videos, and if you don't, put a thumbs down, put a thumbs up. Be honest, let me know what you think. And yeah, here we go. It's put in, it's popped in. Once again, forcing it in, trying to put more in, and yeah, look, it holds into place, it locks it, you push it there, it will stay there. You can add the other attachments and then it looks like it does. I am so thankful for this journey you guys have brought me on. Thank you for everything, all the comments, all the lovely people subscribing, all the people liking and sharing. Yeah, it means the world to me, and just please keep up. It does mean the world. And there you can see here, I slide in the secondary blaster and it looks absolutely amazing. And with now that being said and done, let's get onto the glamour shots. Let's go!
In a world where shadows ripple and dance, Mr. Campbell prints, giving dreams a chance. Electric whispers linger in the night. Through the chaos, he ignites the light. Welcome to the realm where fantasies take flight. Mr. Campbell prints, let your spirit soar. In this darkened world, you'll find the core. Through the neon glow, we'll shape our fate. With every frame, we'll escape the weight.